And hello, and welcome to Builderall 5.0 immersive training. I am so thrilled, you guys, to have these people here with me today that are going to give you amazing information about Builderall 5.0, what's new, and how to use it. And today, first up is Cheetah with super checkout, e-commerce, and dropshipping. Holy cow, that is a mouthful for sure. And Jackie's going to keep you real busy today, but let me give you a couple of housekeeping things to help you out. So the first thing I would do is make sure that you've got your phone on silent. This is going to blow your mind what you're going to hear today. And there's going to be nuggets of wisdom. There's going to be strategy. There's going to be all kinds of things that's happening during this training. And you're going to want to get it without any distractions. So make sure to put that to the side and put it on silent. And that way you can really have your whole head in the game. The next thing is to make sure that you've got a piece of paper and something to write with, because that, again, is going to be something where when you hear that nugget, you can write it down and you can get back to it fast once the training is over. This training is going to be a very full training. I'm expecting that we're going to be here a while together, but it's going to be so awesome that the time is going to fly by. And at the end of the training, you're going to go, what? Is it over already? And you'll be very surprised at how much you've learned inside of the time that we're going to spend together. So make sure your phone's on silent, have something to write with, and get ready, because the amazing Jackie DeClercq is going to take you through today the Cheetah website builder, the super checkout, and the e-commerce system and drop shipping all in one day. So I'm going to pass it over to her and let her take over. Y'all please welcome the amazing Jackie DeClercq.
Thank you, Shelley. I just want to make sure that my sound is okay. So I hope everyone is hearing me fine.
It's perfect.
Cool. All right. Well, I first want to just say very welcome to all the new guys that's part of our Builderall family, not community, but we are a family in Builderall. So very welcome to all of you, especially the ones that was part of our big launch on Thursday, and the guys that signed up, and that is very new, and you probably are feeling a little bit overwhelmed at this moment. But please don't be scared. We've got all the support covered for you, especially starting with this training this week. And then we're going to follow it up later on. We've got Tuesday night trainings. We've got some training inside of Knowledge Base. We really got you covered. Please, if you've got questions, you have to ask them. Don't think it is a stupid question, because there is no such thing in Builderall. So if you've got those questions, you can also make sure that you join all our groups. We've got different kinds of niche groups that you can jump right into and be in those groups, because we go there live every single day. So I'm going to start with my training right now, but I need you just to understand that there's going to be some parts that I'm going to go quite quickly over it. And like Sherry said, you guys must make sure that you make notes, because not every single area can be covered in such a short training. I actually joked and said it's going to be like 3 hours plus, but I'm really going to try my best to push it all into 2 hours to get it all done. And for the guys out there that knows everything about Cheetah, some of the parts might be boring to you, but there's definitely going to be parts that might be new. So luckily for you that this is going to be on Facebook Live, and there would be a replay if you forgot something or you want to go back and just look at them again. So that is basically my introduction for today. So I'm going to start sharing my screen right now, and we're going to start this training. And I hope that you guys can see what I see. Right in front of me is my dashboard. Now, if you are going to start creating your very first site, let me just grab my mic right here. Then you need to have, you're basically going to have two ways of creating a site. You can start creating it from going to your dashboard under your Start Here button to go choose what you want to do. So I'm just going to quickly tell you that this is an area where you can start, create a website or any of these. But I am going to skip that whole area and go straight to this area right here. And let me just talk about this quickly. You can see that I've already got multiple pages created right here onto this page. We've got unpublished area, and then we've got published. Now, the difference between the two is published means it's live on the internet, whether you have connected a domain or not. Now, in this case, you can see that none of these are connected domains, but they are still live. So if I click on those 3 dots and I go to the website, it's going to actually open up the website with this name right there at the top. So just to let you know. Now, sometimes when you create a website and you haven't published it yet, it's going to be under unpublished, which it's going to not be on the internet, and you would be able to finish your site. And once it's done, you can publish it. When we scroll up, you'll see that we've got mirror websites. This is unfortunately not part of the training today, but mirror websites is basically you can make use of it for affiliate marketing, and you can use it for network marketing. It's quite a cool feature, but we do have some training for that inside of Knowledge Base as well. Then we've got the category area. That means that all your pages or sites that you have created, you can actually put into different categories. So you can see I've got training and I've got do not delete and I've got launch, which means that some of the templates that I have right here has been categorized and added into that area. Now you might wonder, how do you do that? If you click on these three little dots, you're going to see it shows them move to category. And if you click on that, you would be able to create a new category or click on the one that you want to add it to. For now, I'm just going to click cancel. Then we've got order by, and especially a cool function if you've got hundreds of websites and you're a web agency. Sometimes it just takes way too long to click on these little icons at the bottom. This is going to give you the option to just order it by name or by date or edition. So this is a cool function. You can also click on search if you know the name and just type it in. All right, so that's the introduction to the dashboard. So let's go and click on create new site. Now there's two options. We've got professional templates and we've got smart templates. Now I'm just going to go quickly through the smart first. I'm going to click on choose. Now smart templates is basically where you're going to put in all the information of your website right here prior into creating the site. And the reason why you do that is going to save you some time. So if I look at this, what I've done here already, I've typed in there, attention all pet owners. The business name is Pet Wizard. Website, headline, learn how to teach your dog new tricks. Sub-headline, in less than 30 days, your dog can earn you an income at kids' birthday parties. So I'm sure you guys can see where I'm going with this. So I haven't filled in all the details, but those are all called tags. So once you've completed that, you're going to click on select a template, and you will have an option of a lot of different types of templates that you can choose from. Now, obviously, because we are creating a pet business, I can choose this one. I can go and preview it first, if I know this is what I want. You're just going to click on select and click save. And you can say that it's now busy building the website. Quite fast, because there it is. So if I go, and I'm going to skip the tour, we need to give this some time to populate. Normally, it's not immediately if you go to it. So I can take a chance and see if it's available, but normally it's not straight away. So let's just go take a look. It depends on how fast it is at the moment. It's not ready yet. So we will come back to the smart template just now. So let's, here at the top, it says Cheetah by Builderall. If you click on that, it's going to take you back to all your websites again. So now we will remember, we will come back to this page just now. So now let's go look at the professional templates. If you click on create a new site, you click on professional templates. And again, you will have multiple templates that you can choose from. You can see if I keep scrolling down here at the site bar, you will find a lot of templates as well. And it just keeps going. So you can go and choose a nice template, something that is within your niche or your company that you're working with. But because this is training that we want to teach you everything about Cheetah, we're going to just create a blank new template. And I'm going to click select this, and I'm going to say save. All right. So now we are on our site. So this is the site that we're going to work with, and there's different things that's happening right here. We have got a sidebar. We're going to talk about the sidebar later. But for now, I'm going to show you what is all of these items right here. So the very first thing we're going to do is work with these three dots. So if I click on this dot, you can see that we've got settings, which we will go into just now. We've got versions, and versions is all about if you have created multiple pages on this one. Maybe you have created a homepage, and later you edit that homepage, and the next day you edit it again, and then 2 days later, or 3 days later, or a week later, you decide, oh, I wish I could have that old version back. This is where you would be able to go back to that specific version. Then we've got duplicate, and I'm going to show you. I love using duplicate because you don't have to worry about creating the theme of your site again, especially if you worked on your homepage and you've already got certain features on your page or elements on your page. You can just copy them. So you can see I've got a copy right there, and you can copy as many as you like, and you don't need to worry because you will be able to change that. So I'm just going to copy this again so that I can show you what is happening right here. Now we need to change this home because we need a thank you page. Most of the time, you are going to need a thank you page anyways on your site. Whether you are selling a product, whether it's somebody signing up for a newsletter, most of the time you're going to have a thank you page, so you might as well create one. So all you need to do is click on settings, and right here at the top is where you're going to change it. So I'm just going to go back. All right, so I'm not going to go through the rest of the detail because we are going to do that just now. I just want to show you how you need to change it, because you can't leave it at home copy, because that's not going to make sense. So you're just going to change it like that. If you don't want something there, all you need to do is click on the 3 little dots, go down and say delete. And that is how cool that function is. The create members area, we're not going to talk about today because there's upcoming training for that. But that is when you need to create a members area where people can have access to. Basically, if you go through the procedure, it's going to create another page for you. But we have also got training under challenges.builderall.com with regard to members pages. So make sure that you go to the challenges.builderall.com and you will get in-depth information about that. The sort function, again, very cool feature, especially if you've got lots and lots of pages or a very big funnel. You would be able to move your pages around. So if you click on the sort, you can see it highlights it. And if you drag it, you can move it around. You can see I've put the home page there now, and I move it back again. Once you've put it all in the right place, all you need to do is click on save. And that's how you would do that one. And then we've got the search as well. At the top of the page, if you do not want to create a new page right here, you can click on the top and say create new page. Then we've got unpublish if you do not want the site to be visible online again. And republish, which is a very important feature, especially if you have made any changes on your global elements. Remember to always republish, because you later on in this training, I'm going to show you the very big importance with regards to global elements. The last one here on this page is a turbo page. Now, turbo page is very cool, especially if you want a very fast loading opt-in page or a landing page that you want to create. So it's something that is really fast. And the reason for that is because the template do not have all those unnecessary animation, different kinds of images, or other kinds of elements that will make the loading speed slow. So as you can see at the moment, we don't have a wide variety, but they will be added to it. So all that you need to do is literally to click on it and apply the theme. But prior to that, make sure that you fill in all your necessary details. It works very similar to the one that I showed you earlier that we created, the smart template. You also need to add your tags and it's going to complete the page for you. But we are not going to create that page. I'm going to click back on my pages. And we're going to come back to the site. Let's just click on Cheetah to build it all and see if we can go look at the smart template quickly. So here we are, and we're going to say go to the website. And I'm just going to copy it because it could be, sometimes we need to understand that your browser remembers certain things. So you can go into Incognito and you can add it into Incognito, and we can try it again. And it's still not ready. So let's just leave it. We'll come back to that later on. So we know that it is, I wonder if it was, yeah, it's that site. If you want to delete a site that you're not going to work with anymore, all you need to do is to click on those 3 little dots and click delete. But we want to edit the site. But before we do that, let's just discuss the few things right here. At the top, we see settings. Now, settings is all to do with the settings of your site as a whole, not page settings. And we will go through that individually soon. Then we've got connect domain. If you want to connect this domain, at the moment it is published, but it has not been connected. You just click on connect domain, and it's going to tell you exactly what you need to do to get your domain activated. Then we can go to the website. So if I click on go to the website, it's going to take me to the website that I've built. And let me just click on it again. Then we've got duplicate. So if you want to duplicate your site for some reason or the other, you can do that. You can also transfer your site. So let's say you are a web agency and you are building a site for somebody. And that client decide that they want their own website, access to their own website. They don't want somebody to do it for them. You can easily sign that person up and transfer the website to them. Just have to remember one thing. When you do transfer, it has to be a Builderall account. You cannot transfer a site in Cheetah to any other platform. It has to remain inside of Builderall using that person's Builderall email right here in this area. Then you can only transfer, or you can duplicate the site and transfer. I would make a suggestion if you're an agency or something of that sort to rather duplicate it and then transfer so that you can at least have a copy. So I'm just going to click on cancel for now. Then we've got enable public link. If you would like to share something like I'm going to do in this training, I'm going to share a few of these public, of these templates that I've created with you. You have to have a Builderall account, obviously, and then you're going to click on the link, and then you would be able to download the site that I've just created, and you don't need to redo that. Everything will be inside of that link. Then we've got a website overview. Now, website overview is very nice. It's basically all to do if you have had a lot of traffic. Oh, I'm so sorry about that noise. That's my dogs. If you have got a lot of traffic to your site and you need to see from which browsers is coming into your site. Are they on mobile? Are they on desktop? This is where you're going to see the overview of the site. And then obviously to publish, unpublish, just like I showed you earlier, move to category and delete. All right. So for now, let's go click on edit because we're going to start playing around with the Cheetah site. I just want to check if I am missing something. It doesn't look like it. All right. So we're going to talk about these settings last, and we are now going to go inside of the site itself. And we're giving it some time. All right. If you guys are losing me somewhere along the line, you can guys just speak to my team that are in the chat, and I'm sure that they will let me know if something is, they need some assistance. All right, so I'm just going to say, why is it taking so long? Did I open the right one? Yes, that's the one that we were looking for. So now you guys can see what it looks like. So you can see that our smart template shows attentional pet owners learn how to teach your dog a new trick. In less than 30 days, your dog can earn kids parties. You can see that it's all been created for you. It's really, really nice. You just basically need to fill in the right details. And you can see, because I didn't fill in all the details of that smart template, if I did, all of this would be added and I wouldn't have to do a thing. I would basically just touch up here and there. And it is it's very easy to go and change something if you don't like it. So let's say you don't like this whole area. You can just double click on it and change it. Change the text. So you can change anything that is on the smart template. But it is going to save you a lot of work and a lot of time by trying to build a site from scratch. So that is basically the one that I was waiting for, but I don't want to work on that specific one. So I'm just going to leave it and go back to my Cheetah pages and go to the blank page. And I think it was this one. And edit. Let me check, or am I doing the same one now? We'll see quickly. I think this is probably the same one, and I duplicated the wrong thank you page earlier, but that's fine. And it's taking some time here. I don't know why. Are you guys still with me? Is my team still fine? Everything, it is this wrong one. Okay.
Yep, we're still with you. Everything's going great.
Cool. All right, I'm just going to delete this one because that is the page that we created. I don't want to get confused because I am getting confused with that one. Here is the one that I want to work with. All right, so now we're going to have a blank page in front of us. I prefer working with a blank page because you can do so much more, especially if you're a very creative person. So let's go at the top quickly. The top here tells you that's home page. The one next to it is for desktop, what the site is going to look in desktop, what the site will look on tablet, what the site will look on mobile. This area right here is where you can navigate between the pages that you've created. We only have 2. You can also add an additional, create a new page by clicking right on that button. Then we've got this button right here, and that is for the page background, the one at the back. Now, please remember, there's a difference between the panels that we're going to add and the page background. The page background is literally going to be at the back of all the panels, not just one panel, all the panels. And the only way for it to shine through is if you are going to make it transparent. So I'm going to show you right now just how that works, but I'm not going to add an image because it's going to take too long time to find an image for it. So I'm just going to change the background of the site, and you can see what's happening here at the bottom. So let me just close it for 1 second. So let's say that this panel here also wanted to be blue. I can just right click on it, and you can see the panel is opening up here on the side, but we're going to go through it. Just don't worry. Click on it right on there, and you're going to see you would be able to let it shine through. So if you had a picture behind it, I probably should have showed you a picture. And I said, there's not going to be time because I'm so afraid I'm going to go 3 hours, but you need to see how important this feature is. So I'm just going to grab that feature or that image, and you can see what's happening right here. And close that. So if you would like this to show through, and I'm going to add just another panel, and let's do another panel, because I want you to understand what this does. So we've got 3 panels right here. If I click right there, and I'm going to open up this panel and make it transparent, this is what's going to happen. It's really a very cool feature, and one of the important things that I like to use inside of Cheetah, because it gives your site just that extra oomph without adding too much animation and things that can slow your site down. So that is one image there. If you don't want that, you can obviously just delete it right there. So you've got the option to have a color and a background. And I'm just going to close it again. And I'm going to delete these pages because I want us to go through these steps one by one. I just needed to show you the feature. So let's go back and we're going to change that color just to white to keep it there. Next to it's global fonts. You are allowed to upload your own fonts, which is awesome, but you have to keep one thing in consideration. The more fonts you use on the site, the slower your site is going to load. It's a fact. I know people might think that what can a font do? There's a lot of memory being taken up. So please be aware if you are going to use your own fonts onto your site, just take in consideration not to have multiple different kinds of fonts. And if you do have your own font, sometimes you're going to see when the page loads, it takes a second or so to load that specific font. It's nothing wrong with Builderall. It's because of the fonts that is not part of the fonts that we have available right here. So you can see there's really quite a lot of fonts that you can choose from. And I would really suggest that you use fonts that is right in here instead of uploading your own, but that is your own choice. You can see that we've got a title H1, H2, H3, H4, and it goes up until paragraph. And each one of them, you can modify them, the font family, the font size, the way it's going to look on mobile, the size, the line height, as well as the color. And global means it will be applied to your whole site and not just the page. That is what global means. Then we've got a ruler, which is awesome to use. You can see we've got one on the left and it goes straight around on the other side. And this ruler is there to help you if you want to line up images or text or any of that matter. So if I click on it, you're going to see that there's a little line coming around and a little cross, and you would be able to move it along. And then you would be able to, you can see if it feels almost like a snap. So you can still move it past it, but when you come close to it, it clicks as if it is the right area for that specific. I don't know how to explain it otherwise. And then we can do it also at the bottom. And that's just going to give you the freedom to design your site better. So I'm just going to click it and take it away. Next to it is an unbelievable element that I use quite a lot, especially when it comes to mobile, but I'm going to show you what this does. So if I want to hide this for a specific reason, all I need to do is click on this little mini toolbar that comes up for the box, and you click on hide elements. And now it is literally gone. And the only way to bring it back is to click on it, hover over it. And if that is the one that you want, just click it on the little eye and it is back. That is really very cool. Awesome. Then we've got tutorials. That is if you want to watch some tutorials on knowledge base, what your site looks like in preview. And the very important friend that you have is saved. Always keep making sure that you save your site. Now you can see at the top is some unique thing that popped up out of the blue. And you would not see that when you just start your site. Why? Because you first have to delete something. So if I go click on undelete here, you can see it changes the things that has happened on my site. And now it brings back the things that I've deleted. So I'm just going to delete them again because I don't want that, so that we can play around with it correctly. And that's fine. So now we're going to go to the right-hand side and we're going to play around a little bit with the elements that we find here. And the first up is panels. So let's go click on panels. Now let's talk a little bit about panels. If I move this, you can see there's a little icon. I would know, a little dot, blue dot, and you can pull it up and down, and that gives you the freedom for the size of this panel. All right. And if I keep clicking on it, I'm just going to move this to the side. There's a mini toolbar coming up right here. It means you can save this element, which is this complete panel, and make it a personal element that you can use over and over and over again. Maybe you are creating a certain type of graphic that you're going to use in a lot of your sites or something like that. If you choose to save the element here, you would be able to go find it somewhere else later. And I'm going to show you how that looks once we add a few things to the site. This is to edit the element. Now, basically, if that is closed and you click on element, it's just going to open it up again so that you can work with the panel. That is a way to make sure that you are working with a panel and not something else. Very good feature, especially with certain type of elements that you're working with. Again, you can hide the complete panel right here and you can delete. All right, so I'm going to choose the other option of making use of this panel by not clicking on the element, but I'm going to right click. So now I've right clicked. And we're going to look at sizes first. This is very much the same as if you are doing this. That is exactly the same type of thing that it's helping you. Sometimes, and I'm going to show you something now. If I delete this whole box here now, and I want to pull this up even smallest, to the smallest that it can go, you just need to right click and make it the minimum height. Because if the minimum height is there, you're going to see you can't move this up. So you have to make sure that you right click, choose minimum height if you want the freedom to make it as small as possible. All right, so I'm just going to stretch it out again. I'm going to right click. Then we've got border. If you want to have a border around your panel, I don't need to go into detail. I'm sure you guys understand what border is, the color of the border, as well as the type of shapes. And then we've got hide panel, which we're going to talk about just now when we added a few things to it. The arrow configuration. This is nice because if you click on it, I'm going to show you what it looks like if we just add some color to it. So you can see it adds a border, a arrow beneath it. And it gives that extra feature of telling people that they need to scroll. That's basically what it is. So if it's like that at the bottom of the page, they're going to see the arrow and they will probably start scrolling. So that is the arrow, but we are not going to have this arrow. So let's just take it away. We're going to talk about hide panel just now. Border radius is if you want to make it round, but you know what? This doesn't really apply within the panels, but you can play around with it and see what it does. We've got background settings, and this is where you would be able to change the color background, as you can see, or you can add an image to it. And we are going to do that just now so that we can see what it looks like. So I'm just going to grab this feet of this little baby. And there is different options that opens up now. Because we've got that, there's different origins that you can choose. Sometimes it doesn't have an effect because it depends on your graphic that you're using, but sometimes they do. So if I keep clicking around here, you can see some of them moving. If you want to put it in a certain area of the page, you can also choose to use all of these different kinds. See right here, you can change the size of it. You can see what happens with it right there, or you can just leave it. And then you can keep it fixed. Keeping fixed means that when you start scrolling, it's going to stay in the same place. But we're going to look at all of these features once we've added additional things to the page. All right. So I'm just going to delete that because we're not going to work with it right away. Internal background settings is also, you can add additional images to it. You can add video to it. So instead of having an image, you can put a video URL and there would be a video running in the background. Now, another very important thing that you have to remember, if you are going to add a video, make sure that the video is compressed because video takes up space. And that means that the site is going to load slower. So make sure that it's optimized to the fullest if you are going to make use of a video background. Parallax is also a very nice feature. That is, if you want the image to go bigger and smaller, you can see you can scale it. There is opacity as well, but we will play around with it once we've added some images to the page just now. A panel divider. A lot of people are using this. This is quite nice. You can see what happens here at the bottom of the page. Let me just bring it up a little bit. And there's a variety of different things that you can do. So if I click on it, you can see how it changes. And you would be able to add different kinds of things to it. And obviously, you can change the color, first color, second color, third color, and you can customize it slightly. What the first shape needs to look like, the second shape, you can change it around. So this is one of those features that you really need to play around with, but it is a very nice thing to make use of. Then we've got tag. That is for advanced users. I would not say that you guys need to play around with this unless you are really familiar with HTML coding and all that kind of stuff. Then we've got move panels. We're also going to play around with this just now once we start adding some panels to the page. Mobile columns, we're going to come back to when we're going to optimize this page that we are going to create. And fixed is to make sure that you can sticky header. Sticky header is basically, let's say you've got a menu at the top and you want that menu to stay in one place. That is what's going to happen. You can make it sticky right there and it's not going to go anywhere. Then we've got anchor, which I'm going to show you later on, as well as the advanced area where you can save this as an element, the same as this feature right here at the top in this mini toolbar. So that is just a quick overview of the panel. So let's go add some panel to it. So if I go back and click on panels, you can see there's a variety of different things that you can add to your site. And that is why we say we've got so many templates, because these are basically templates that you're adding to your pages. So let's just go to the top and choose a first fold, because remember what we said previously is that we need to add a few pages so I can show you how it works. So I'm just going to let me just grab this one instead of scrolling for hours. And you can see it added at the bottom. It always does that. So now I'm going to show you how do you move this. Instead, I'm not going to delete this. How do you move this to the top? So you're going to right click and then you're going to go to move panels, and you can see it sits right here. This is my white panel, and the one that you are working with is highlighted in blue. You're just going to pull it to the top, pull it up, and then you click move. So now it's going to jump to the top and the white piece is going to jump to the bottom. And I'm going to close. So now you can see it sits right there. Quite easy. So let's go add a few more panels. So I'm going to go top, panels, go back. That is my first fold. It's always remember, if you guys are building any site, if you've got an opt-in form, always make sure, opt-in form, for those that do not know, is an email marketing form. Always make sure that you have it in your first fold. Do not try and put it below. You can have it somewhere else in the footer again, but preferably always in the top fold, because a lot of people don't even scroll down of your site. So make sure that you add it right here in the top. But we're just going to leave it for that, like for now, just like that. So let's just go to the panels. And you can see now we've got different kinds of things. So let's just go to content and see what we've got there. I'm just going to click on that one, and I know that it's been added. So if you scroll, there it is. I am now just going to delete this panel so that you can see all of these features now in action that I'm talking about. So now that this one has been added, and I can pull this up like I showed earlier. So you can see what's happening right here. Go back to add panels. Now we've got some content. Maybe you want to say something into that area. You can add some blocks into it as well. You can see there's different kinds of blocks, but that's not what I'm looking for. Then we're going to scroll down and we can see if we maybe want to have a feature page. And you can go and look for all the different kinds of features that your site might want or going to have inside of your site. If I scroll down, you're going to see there's the feature area as well. And I'm going to just move that up. And let's add one more thing. So I'm going to click on panels again. Let's go choose something like a footer. Now, for this example, I'm not going to add a menu at the top of our site because I want to show you how global menus work. And normally you would have a global footer as well, but I want to show you how this works if you are not going to go global. So I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to choose this one right here. And you can see that it's been added to the bottom here. So now you can make your changes here and all that kind of stuff. And let's just talk about this newsletter box here for a moment. So maybe you've spent a lot of time creating your newsletter box and you took some time to really make it pretty and you want to use it on lots and lots of different kinds of sites and areas in your site. You're going to click on the save button and then you're going to give it a name, training e-marketing form. And I'm going to click save as personal elements. All right. So I just told you now, it's important to have your email marketing form always at the top of your first fold or in the first fold. So how do you do that? Now that I've saved it, because I spent so many hours creating it, I'm going to click on personal elements. If it was a panel, you would have found it under panels, but it is an element. And we know that it is a mailing boss form. And there it sits right there. So we're going to drag and drop. And you can see how easy it was to save that item so that you can use it over and over and over again. So that is how you would do that. But I'm going to click on delete because I don't want to use it at the moment. And let's go to right click again. And I'm going to show you the hide panel first. Now for hide panel means that let's say the person comes to your site and they don't want to see everything at the same time. You only want to expose them to some of the things. All right. So I'm just going to grab this button out of that box just for this purposes, example purpose. And I'm going to leave that button there. And I'm going to right click because I want to change the name. We're going to go through the settings of these just now. And you're going to say tutorial 1. Because maybe this is a membership site. You don't know. You could have lots of different kinds of buttons right here. But I just want to show you what this does. So we're going to hide some of these panels. You're going to choose which panel do you want to hide. All right. So I'm going to say that I want to hide the features. So I'm going to click right click and I'm going to go to the panel and I'm going to enable it. And you've got the option between action and time. All right. So I'm going to go by action. So let's give this panel a name. I don't want my clients to see these features until they click on the button. So now it's been saved successfully. We're going to scroll up. We're going to go to this button. Now I like to right click, but you can click on there. So you're going to click on set link. And now on the side, you've got all these different kinds of areas that you're going to look at. We're going to go and show hidden panel. Choose the panel to show. We called it features. And what do you want the text to say once they've clicked on it? So I'm just going to say go back, or it could be close. It could be anything. And you're going to click select. And now it's been saved. What do you need to do is to click save. And now we're going to go take a look what this looks like. So we're going to click fine. And I'm going to go back to my Cheetah site. Click, go to the website page. Excuse me. So if I scroll, you can see the features is missing because we've hidden that panel. So what happens? Look the smooth transition that happens when you click on it. And there it is. It's really, really awesome. And go back. and it's gone again. So that is what that means under the hide panel area. So I'm just going to close that now. So now we've got that little thing added. Let's see what is the other one. I'm going to right click. And now we're going to look at, we're still looking at panels. We are going to make this panel, specific panel that we have right here, we are going to put an anchor to it. Now, anchor is when somebody clicks on a navigation bar or on your menu. It could be on your menu. It could be on a button. It could be on text. It could even be an image, anything that can be linked. So you're going to see what happens if we create an anchor. If I scroll down right here, up until anchor. Now, remember, we are working with this panel right here. You're going to see there it says anchor. We're going to click active, and let's give this a name. Let's say this is the About Me page. And I'm just going to leave it like that. And now let's add another button because I don't have a menu bar. So I'm just going to add and duplicate this button. And we'll just wait for it. And now we're just going to click, right click, and I'll just change this heading here so that we know we're working with the anchor here. Anchor. Then we're going to click on the link. And again, on the left-hand side, you're going to see anchor. But I'm just going to reset the action because I duplicated this and I wanted you to see that. Sometimes people will go and duplicate buttons and then they will change here and then it doesn't work. Make sure that you always reset the action if you're going to change the buttons action that needs to happen. So there is our anchor and there it tells you About Me and we're going to click select. So now we've got that area. All you need to do again is to click save and say yes. And then we're going to go to the site and let's go to the website. And now you can see it's still there. We're just going to click anchor and it jumps there. That is so awesome. So that is what the anchor means. And I'm only showing you the most important things that is really important that I know a lot of people are using. So now we've got that. Let's see if there's anything else on the panels that I need to show you. We've got hide panel. We've got the background settings. We've done that. Parallax. I can show you the parallax quickly. So we're going to scroll down and let's add and duplicate this page again. And now you're going to see it's been duplicated underneath the footer, but we need to move this page. So we're going to right click, move panels. So it sits right here and we want to put it there and we're going to click move. And that's what's going to happen. Now we're going to have a duplicated page. You can see right there. I don't have to duplicate, but I wanted you to see how it works. So now we're just going to delete all of this because we want to make sure that we add an image here. And I can show you what happens to the image when we make use of the other function. So we're going to right click and I'm going to go to the background settings to change the image. So again, I'm just going to grab that one. And now you can see that it's been added right there. So I'm going to right click again because we want to make use of the parallax feature. Now you're going to have to go play around because you can do quite a lot of different kinds of things. So I'm just going to do scroll opacity for now and leave it at that speed. And I'm going to hit preview. I should have saved it first, but you can see what has happened there now. Let me just go back and go to the site first. It's a lot easier. So go to the site, website, and you're going to scroll. Okay, I haven't saved it yet. Save. Okay, so it's still there. That's fine. And go to the website. Otherwise, we'll just grab for Incognito because we are doing a lot of changes to the site. Go to Incognito. And when you struggle with things like this, sometimes all you need to do is go and change or go clean your Cajun cookies. Because if I right click here, you can see there is cookies in use. It's always a good idea to go and change it because this is not taking effect. Let me just check. Close. Let's just go to the page again. Right click. Scroll opacity. Let's do the scale one. Maybe this image is too big. Let me just check. That's probably going to be better. Save. And that's fine. Let's hope that it works like in preview because I like, there you go. So there you can see what happens with it. As you move, it becomes bigger and smaller. So you need to play around with the images and see which ones is working best for that specific panel that you've created. All right, so that is basically panels. I don't think there's anything else there that I've missed. Besides the other ones, that is normal. So now let's just go over to the right-hand side and we'll talk a little bit about elements now. So you've got panels and you've got elements. Now, every single panel and elements have got settings to it. All right. So if I click on this panel, it's going to open up all the settings that we for this specific panel that we've already discussed. Now we're going to do it for the elements. So let's go click on elements, and I'm just going to scroll and see if I can use this specific page. I'm just going to remove the image here because I need a blank page to explain some of the things for you. So let me just delete that. All right. So now we're going to use that area right there. And we're going to talk quickly about the text. Here underneath the text, you can see everything that you have got right here in your global. You're going to have the text right here. So all you need to do is if you want to use the H1 tag, you're going to just add it there. There's different kinds of ones that you can add. The one at the bottom is obviously for paragraphs. All right. So that is text. Then we've got the accordion. Accordion is a very cool feature as well, especially if you want certain things like a Q&A, question and answers in your site. People like to make use of accordions, and that is basically what it looks like. I'm not going to go into the element or details of each of these elements, but what you need to remember is that every element has got this mini toolbar at the top, and every one that you add, you need to make sure that when you click on it, if I click on this, you can see this is the mini toolbar for the image. If you click on that, this is the accordion, but if you click on the outside of it, that's the accordion group. And that is how it is applied to all of the elements that you're working with. Some of them has got more than one area that you need to take consideration, and it's not just the outside, because if you're going to start playing around with the accordion group, that is the group everything as a whole, and you might change the colors, you're going to start getting confused. So just make sure that when you start working with it, that you look at the wording at the top. So as you can see, every one of them has got a mini toolbar, whether it's the inside or on the outside, and all of them can be hidden as well. This plus sign just means that you're adding additional ones to it. So it's really self-explanatory if you look at it that way. So I'm just going to go back here. Then we've got animated elements. There's quite a nice animated elements that you can make use of. I'm just leaving it there so you can see what happens. And also, again, you can change the colors, you can change the size of it. You can see what I'm doing right there. All of them, if you right click, it's going to open up. It says progress bar. You would be able to change all of these different kinds of features. The most important one that is different here stands out, and that's the text counter. Start number, end number, and how long it's going to take in seconds to move from the one side to the other. You can also add some shadows to it as well. So if I have to pull it and give it a color, let's say I make it a light green. Oh, that's not really green. I thought it was green, but it's not green. And if you think you're moving around and you don't know why it's not changing, it could be because it's untransparent. So you can see what's happening there if we move it around. And that is that. So you can basically play around with that and return. And then we've got big menus. Big menu is a very awesome menu to make use of, especially if you've got a lot of information. So if I'm just going to drag this one to the page so you can see what it looks like. And we'll just wait for it. For some reason, my system is hanging a bit. I think it's too much info. I'm just going to click on that one again and move this bar. Now again, you can see what it looks like. If I click on it, it opens it up. Very awesome to use. And you would be able, every element that you see inside of these boxes can be changed and adjusted. Every single one of them. So once again, you have to remember that where you click is what you're working with. You can see it right there. So if I click on that, that's going to be their bar. You can just move it a little bit. There's where you're going to configure that bar. So if I had to click on that, this is where you're going to change the configuration items for each and every single one, as well as the linking of that item. So that's important to remember. So I'm just going to click on it again, and I'm just deleting it. Then we are going to go again back. We've got the blog feature, blog news, blog groups. All of these is to do with our blog, if you are going to add it individually. Now, normally when you create a blog, you're going to connect it to your domain, and it's going to have 2 additional pages in your site sitting right here. But you don't only have to use those pages. You would be able to add the blog features to any page inside of your website. We do have training on this as well on the challenges.builderall.com. So go make sure that you take a look at the blog. I'm not going to talk about the booking app at this moment because you need to have a booking created. And then once it's created, you can just click on this booking and you can pull it. If you don't, you can still create it from here, but it's going to ask you to go and create a new calendar, and you will leave the Cheetah area to go and create it. You can see I've got a calendar already. So if I had to click on it, it's going to bring up the calendar that I've created already. And you're going to see it right there now. I just need to move it. Or did I? Maybe I did not move it. I did. There we go. You can see there's the calendar. So again, I'm not going to make use of this because that's not for the training, as long as you know that you would be able to bring in your calendar inside of your website if you've already created it, or you can go create it from scratch from inside of Cheetah. Then we've got the very important box. I think this is probably one of the most important parts of your website. And you might be wondering why. And it's because we work, I would say we, because I think a lot of people do it this way, is you have a panel, which is the background, and then you have a box, and then everything that you want to group together is going to be in your box. Now, if you wonder why we do it that way, it's because when we are going to work with mobile, then you don't want to try and struggle and move items up and down. Now, I know it doesn't make sense right now, but it's important to keep the things that you want to work with in one box so that if they are mixed up, it's easier to move in between. But you will see in just a moment how that's done. So what we're going to do is in this box now, I'm going to add some text to it, just that we have something to work with. And I'm going to have some of that. I don't want the subtext. I'm just going to delete the subtext. I'm going to have some text there, roughly, and I'm going to add a button. And you're going to see exactly why I am doing it this way, just so that we have something to work with. All right, so there's our button and there's our box. And if this was outside of this box, all right, now you need to copy this and you have to move it. Copy this one and have to move it. But look the magic. Look what happens if everything is inside of a box. You would be able to move the box around with all the items inside of it. If you click on it, you're just going to click once and it's going to duplicate that box for you. And you don't need to copy each and every single individual item one at a time. So you can see now I've duplicated it like that. And once we do the mobile optimization part, you're going to see exactly what I mean with regards to the box. It's important to always use of it. There are some other advanced training with regards to boxes where you can add images and where things can scroll inside of the box. You can find that in the web design series I've done in my group, which is the information and physical products group. And you will see exactly how you can really use Cheetah to your advantage, especially when it comes to design. So we web design series, remember that, you would be able to find a lot of information right there. So then we're going to scroll down. That's the basics of that. Then we've got the button, which is also a very important feature. Now I've already added this button, but I'm just going to click here so you can see that we've got multiple buttons that you can choose from. All right. So I'm not going to go into details. Besides, I'm going to keep scrolling to the bottom here. So you can see we've got even these buy now buttons because sometimes people miss them. I had to show you that. It's quite awesome. A lot of things. You're going to hear me say awesome all the time because that is what Builderall is. We are awesome. Then we've got register now. You can see the button right here. Again, we've got a mini toolbar at the top where you would be able to save it as an element and go grab it on the personal items. If it's a button that you use over and over, you can edit and then this post is going to open up. You can layer it up and down, which is very important. Maybe you have got a box like this and there is an image. And you know what happens a lot of times? You would have a button sitting right there. And then there could be maybe this box right here. I'm just going to give you an example now. I'm going to click on this and make this thing large. Now, you and I now know that this box is over this button. But when the site is live, they won't be able to click on this because this button is underneath this layer. So I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. So the only way to get around that is if you click on this box right here. You can see the features there. Let me just move that. Layer down, layer up. So in this case, you're going to layer it down until the lowest layer so that you'll be able to click on that button. And that is what it's about. So sometimes people say the button is not working. I don't know why I cannot click on it. And that is because something like that probably happened. So I'm just going to drop that in there again. So with the button, you can do all those different kinds of things. Go back to elements, scroll down. And I didn't tell you about your button. You can link to anything. I almost forgot that. So you can see we've got all these different kinds of things that you can do with your button. You just need to play around with that slightly. And then the other function is multiple actions for this specific button. So if you click on multiple actions, just close that. You're going to see it's like a link rotator. And I'm just going to scroll it up a little bit more. If I click plus, you would have an action that you can take. At this stage, it's thousands a lot. So you can, let's say it's 50. And then you can add another one, and this could be 50. And then you can change this. So let's say the one, it could be maybe for This link needs to go to WhatsApp, and then you're going to link it to your WhatsApp group or your page, whatever the case might be. So let's say that one is going to be WhatsApp, you link it there. This one is going to be Builderall or whatever the case might be, and then they will rotate between the two. So this is a nice function, especially for WhatsApp groups that only got a limit of 256. That's just an idea. It's just an idea. So that is what that function is about. And then it's obviously to clone, duplicate, and to hide the elements. And I'm going to use the hide element a lot when we are going to do the mobile optimization of the specific page. All right. I hope you guys are still with me. Then we've got, you scroll down, what have I missed here? The super checkout. Now, super checkout, this is to add this specific area. Let me just find another, let me see, I'm going to just add another panel, a blank panel. That's the best. Let me just add a blank panel. It's not going to be at the bottom, but that's okay. So for this, I'm just going to delete that one. If you've already created a product inside of super checkout and you want to make use of this specific template, you can do that. Now you're going to see it shows loading because it is going to pick up everything that I've created for this site, and I haven't. So because there's no product there, you would be able to go through the product information or the business information. Once you fill that in, it's going to ask you to create your product, or you're going to go to super checkout right from here, create the product, and then you're going to come back and this is going to look like this right here. Now, because I haven't got a product in here, it didn't give me the option to modify this form and change it to different colors and put your own wording, but it does. If you already have a product in super checkout, you can do that. And I'm going to show you a little bit later how that looks like. So let me just delete that because we might need to use the space here again. Then we're going to click on the button on the side again, scroll down, and we've got the contact form. So there's a difference between a contact form and an email marketing form. And I'm going to scroll down. An email marketing form is basically where people are opting into your list for a newsletter or whatever the case might be. And you can see the moment I added the email marketing form, it's bringing up all the lists that I have created. And they want you to connect it to a specific list. All right. So I'm just going to click on that one and it's been added. Now, I'm not going to go into the configuration of this list because I think Terry is the one that's going to do the training on mailing boss and opt-ins. So she's going to go into detail with regards to that. I just want to tell you the difference between the two. The one is to collect and the other one is for people to actually contact you, and you will receive an email to the email that you specified of the person that has contacted you. And again, as with everything, it's got this mini toolbar and there is an area where you can configure the fields. So if I click on that and I click on the fields, you can see if I add fields, you can add different kinds of fields to your form. It's quite easy to understand and self-explanatory. I don't have to go into very much detail. This is where you're going to put your email details in, the subject, where they need to redirect, and that's basically that, and click on save. Do not make use of the other actions because the other actions is, for example, that action right here. This is if you want to make use of the affiliate funnels and all those kind of stuff, but it's not part of this training. I don't want to go too much in depth with regards to that. That little button there with this thumbs up, it means it's social proof. There's a lot of things that you can add to social proof inside of your Cheetah site. The contact form is one of them. So if you have created the social proof already, all you need to do is click on that, go to the social proof in this case, because I haven't created one. If there was one, there would be a drop down and you would choose that and you will connect it to your contact form. That is for your capture, especially if you are afraid of bots that is going to opt into or send you messages, you would be able to make use of that. The instructions is quite easy to follow, and because you need to go to Google to get the API to add to the form. But once you click on it, you're going to understand exactly how that works. So let's go down again to the elements area, and we're going to scroll down and we get galleries. Galleries is where you're going to add different kinds of images to your site, and it looks quite nice, especially this specific gallery. So if I just delete this, I'm not going to go too much into this because it's already past 7, an hour has gone by and I need to finish off with this. But this gallery, if I dropped in the gallery, you would be able to again have the mini toolbar at the top. Now, like I said, the mini toolbar is for every single one. Sometimes there's an additional thing that you need to look at to configure it or to change the items, as well as the settings. You can change the color, the size, the minimum size, the border, if you want to add shadow to it, and even if you have to add animation. So again, I'm not going to go through all of them. So let me just look at the last ones and see if there's something here that I'm missing. We've got images. You can add different images, lines. The magic form is something that I'm sure Terry is going to talk about. The lists, if you want to list media, menu dripping. The rotation banner is quite a nice one as well. And sometimes people will use it at the top of their page to slide. So if I take that one away, it would be the same function for that. So I'm really trying my best to go through it all, but it's very difficult because our time is running out. And then the social bars. Social bars is also something that you can add. And if you, again, right click, you go to general settings, you can see it says show on Facebook, show it or not show it. And then you put in your URL and you can change the image. And that is for every single element that you can find in your site, you can do that. Is there any questions from our teammates before I go on to something else? Everybody is quiet.
I don't see any outstanding ones at the moment. We're trying to catch them as they come up. It's going great, Jackie.
Okay, there's so much that I can't cover right now because I see the time's running out. Let me just go to the next thing here. Oh, yeah. All right, so I'm not going to go in detail further with regards to the cheetah right there, but let's just go to the settings of the specific page right here. Now, there's a difference between page settings and site settings. Site settings is for your whole site as a whole. Page settings is for the specific page. All right. So now we've opened up this page. The first thing is that a lot of people ask is about the home page. This is where you make it a home page or not your home page. So if you want to change it, all you need to do is say no and go to the page that you want and say yes. So in this case, this is the home page and we say yes. Very important part when it comes to search engine optimization, and I'm just going to mention it quickly, is that the name of your site or the title of your site, which is this area here, the URL and the description need to have the same keyword. So let's say your keyword or your title, or the keyword in this case, is a pet products. Then you're going to have a title that says awesome pet products, whatever, and the address will be pet products, and the description would have the word pet products, because it's something that is going to be used over and over. And then under the keyword area right here, you're going to type in again pet products, because that is how the search engines is going to know what your page is about. So that's very important to remember. Meta tags, please don't mess with the meta tags, because if you have added your keywords as well as your description and your title in correctly, Builderall is already creating those meta tags. This is purely there if you want to add additional information, like an author, for an example. So that is what that is page is about. Integration key and tag reference is all to do with mailing boss, and as if you want to do some tracking with what's happening with your opt-in going right through your funnel, but that is also in another training another day. Page script is when you get third-party applications, sometimes they would say you need to add it to the head of your site or to the head of your page. It depends. It's between the two different ones. If they say to your page, this is where you're going to add your script details. Please do not play around by enabling this synchronous script unless you know what you're doing, because this can mess up your site, but sometimes it's necessary for certain script to run. So we spoke about that. Redirect is basically if you are, let's say you've got a website and it's been in the online for quite a long time. A lot of people has got this link and you would like to redirect it, this homepage, to somewhere else. Maybe you moved your site or whatever the case might be. You can put your redirect URL right there. You can also choose whether a page needs to be indexed by Google or not. And this is where you're going to do that. The share page image is also very important, especially if you want to share your page to places like Facebook. And that is the image that is going to show up in Facebook. Sometimes it doesn't work because you need to go, excuse me, and do a Facebook debug. I've got the hiccups, sorry. Do a Facebook debugger. If you guys don't know what it is and you struggle, you can always go to my group and I will help you out and show you exactly how you can debug your page if it's not showing up the image inside of Facebook. The pop-up settings we're going to talk about just now, and header settings we will talk about as well as the footer. So I am running really out of time. I really need to rush this up. So for pop-up settings, header settings, and for footer settings, there's only one place to go. And that is going to be right here on the left-hand side, but we will discuss that just now. So let's go to click on My Pages. My Pages is going to show you all your pages that's been sitting on the right-hand side. The website overview is what I spoke about earlier, where you've got an overview of where the people are coming from, which browsers are they using, all those different kinds of things. Site settings is basically exactly as the page settings. The only difference is here, I'm going to show you when I scroll down. Again, remember your SEO details and the languages there. Categories you can add, made with a Builderall affiliate button. So if you're an affiliate, you can choose to have a watermark on the left hand, on the right hand side, or on the left hand side, depending where you want it. And if people click on it, then you are going to get the commission if they sign up with Builderall. So that is an important function. And then make sure that you enable CRM. And why I'm saying that is because sometimes you would like to scale your business. And to scale your business, you want to enable CRM. And we will show you the training on a later date, what happens to the information that happens on your site if you've enabled it. And then we've got the favicon. That's that little icon that appears at the top of the browser. This is where you're going to upload it. And the size is either a 16 by 16 pixels or a 32 by 32 pixels that you can use for a favicon. All right, so then we've got script settings. Script settings is everything that is third party that needs to be added to the site and not to the page. That would be things like Google AdSense, Google Analytics, all those kind of things that you can add here. But within Builderall, you don't have to worry about those pixel settings because you've got them right here. You can add your Facebook pixel ID there, the tokens, the Google Analytics, and the tag manager. So this is quite a nice area. Lots of training available for that as well. And this is normally the things that you can add here is normally other third-party tools like sharethis.com, where you want to put social media icons on your site and that kind of stuff. So that is basically what that is. So we're going to jump quickly to the global, to the split test. So I wanted to do SEO settings first. Again, now this is for your site settings. So under your site settings, if your description and your title's keyword is digital marketing, it needs to reflect here again, digital marketing, because remember the search engines needs to know what your site is about. All right. The rest of these is not important if you do not know how to work them, but you can just leave that out. Then for split testing, that is if you want to do a test between two different pages. So if I go to my site here, and I'm just going to let it load quickly because a lot of people see this is something that they're very interested in. So let's just take a look. I've got one site here that I said Monday training, and I'm going to open up that. All right, so we're going to have a homepage, and we've got another homepage. So if I go to this website here, it says test page 1. All right. If I go to the lead magnet here, go to the website, it says test page 1, but this is supposed to be test page 2. So I've got two websites basically here, and they are exactly the same, except maybe the heading change or the font, the image that you're going to use for the giveaway is changed, and you need to test which of these are going to convert best. That is when you click on split test, and I'm showing you how it's done because it's quite easy and quite quick. You're going to click on add split test, and it tells you what is the main page. The main page is my home page, and the target page is the thank you page. All right, and we're going to click save. And then it's going to ask you, what is the variation? So the variation for this one is going to be the lead magnet 2 page. And I'm going to click save. So what's going to happen is now the system is going to split the data when you start advertising. So they're going to show some to the homepage to some people. They're going to show the lead magnet 2 to some people. And after a while, you're going to be able to come back and you're going to see exactly which one is winning. And that is how you're going to do the A/B split testing. So let's go back to the other site. And I am already there, I think. Here's the global elements. Now for global elements to work, you're going to click on pop-ups, and it works exactly the same as if you are creating a site inside of your Cheetah site. So you're going to see, I'm going to write in test, and I'm going to just click so you can see what it looks like. And this is where you're going to be able to create your pop-up. So let's just go to this specific one. And I'm just waiting for it. And you can see here it is, just look like a Cheetah site. And that is the pop-up where you're going to create it. You have to start by adding a panel first. I'm just going to do a panel like that. And you can see you can't add more panels because this is a pop-up. It's going to happen in this box alone. Now, there is other functions inside of this that you can look at, which is very important, which is an overlay settings. And you can be able to enable that. But that is basically to make the background of the site of this area is going to be transparent, and the box will pop up over the website. And that's when you're going to enable that. If you guys need to have more information about on how that works, I'm sure you will find it in knowledge base and see exactly. Once you've created your site, you're just going to click on save, and you will have your pop-up ready. And the same applies. If I'm going to go back, I'm just going to say just leave. The same applies if you are going to create a header and a footer. So if I go to the global header, that means, now I want you guys to understand what a global header means. A global header means that you are going to create your header right here. Okay, I'm just going to say global header for now. And then you're going to apply it to your site as a whole, or you can apply it to only certain pages. So I haven't created it now, but I'm just going to leave it like that so I can show you how you do that. So when we go back to the pages, And you've got lots of pages. You can choose to apply it to all of them or only some of them. And that's why that footer I showed earlier, I only created at the bottom of the one page, because maybe you're going to have a blog and you want something different on that blog. But how do you apply it? You're going to go to settings and you're going to have two options. You're going to scroll down, and right here, you've got the pop-up settings. On desktop, you can apply it on desktop, and you can apply it on mobile if you like, or if you don't want it on mobile, you can ignore it. And now you can have it time-based, an exit or a scroll pop-up. So a lot of time people like to use the exit pop-up. And the same applies now to the header. So for the header, you can choose the global header, and you can also modify it on scroll and choose a secondary one. So if you have created two different kinds of headers, you would be able to apply both of them. The one would be at the top, and the moment the person starts to scroll the site, it's going to change. So I'm going to show you exactly what it looks like in my site for an example. So you're going to see at the top, it's got a header. See what happens if I start to scroll. It changed at the top when I scroll back, and then I scroll again. And that's basically what happens if you make use of a modify scroll. And the same applies with a footer. You can add a footer, or you can leave it out and just use the saved element on your site. It's just different kinds of options that you can make use of. And that is basically what the global elements is. So I'm going to show you the multiple and vote system just now. GTBR is if you want to add GTBR to your site, all you need to do is activate it right there, play around with the settings and save. And that is a necessity in certain countries. So make sure if you are in that country to make sure that you apply it to your site. And then restore pages. If you have deleted pages and you would like to bring them back, you can do that by clicking on restore pages, by just there, and it will bring it up. You can see there's home copy that we deleted earlier. You can just click on restore and it's going to put it back into your site. Then we're going to talk about super checkout just now. We're not talking about blog. That is in another time. Social proof another time, booking another time, browser notification. It's basically easy. You just enable it, and it's going to pop up on your site when somebody visits your site. That's basically what that is. And then for domain, we've got the domain there. And to transfer the domain, go to the site map if you want to get your site map and you need it for Google, and then go to the website and back to home. All right. So that's basically very quickly in a nutshell, all of that. So we're going to go take a look at the last two before we start with Cheetah. So let me go out of the site. And I'm going to delete that one so it's out of the way. And we're going to look at this voting system, which is truly awesome. There's unbelievable tools, guys. You guys don't know the amazing tools we have. So let's go take a look at multiple actions right here. I'm going to click on it, click on new multiple action, and you're going to see this whole thing in action once we look at the site. So I'm just going to write training and click. Obviously, you're going to use better names, but don't call it training. All right. And you're going to click again. And now you're going to add multiple actions. Now, again, you can make use of WhatsApps. I mean, WhatsApp is 256, but, and then you can have multiple groups, so you can have more than one. So let's just do 3 for now. And you can say 256 clicks go to this WhatsApp group, 256 go to that WhatsApp group. But in this example, you can just add, I'm just going to add random sites here. Builderall.com. Oh, that's wrong. But I'm sure you get the idea. So I'm not going to go into detail with all of them. I'm just going to type in Builderall.com, and I'm just going to remove that one because we don't have time, and we're going to hit save. All right. Now, multiple actions. I'm going to go back to the pages, go to the multiple action page, and you can see I've created something very simple right here. Just want to wait for it to open. And it says, join us today on WhatsApp and stand a chance to win huge prizes. Register now, but we are just going to add different sites to show how it works. Okay, so that's what I've done. You're going to click on the button that you've added, click on the set link, and then you're going to scroll down until you see multiple. You're going to see the multiple actions right there, and you're going to choose the one, and you're going to click select. And that is basically what you need to do, and click save. That's all. So when the person comes to the site now and they click on the button, the certain amount of times it's going to go to the one that you've applied, and the other ones, the next time it's going to go to the other one, unless you are going to rotate it. So if I go back to the multiple actions, sorry, you can see there's a rotator, which means as if I enable the rotator, it's just going to keep going and going and going and going all the time. And that's basically what this is. It's the same as the button that you have inside of Cheetah, but the difference is this here you set it up and it's quicker anyways. All right, now let's take a look at the vote system. So again, I'm just going to go back home there, and I'm just going to leave. And I'm going to open up this vote system. And while it loads, let's take a look at the vote area right here, vote system. And we're going to create a new question and give it a name. Videos. Oops. I'm just saying video. All right, so then we're going to click again, and we need to create a question. So we're going to say, which video is the best? And you can add different kinds of questions. Why do you choose this video? And I'm just giving you examples, and you're going to click save. Now here on the side here, I've just added some multiple things. It says, watch these 3 videos and vote for your favorites. All right. And then to apply that, you're just going to click on the link again, and then you're going to go to vote system, but you can also have a URL where you want to redirect them after they have voted. So let's, for an instance, let's say maybe you can maybe say something like, watch these 3 videos and vote for your favorite and stand a chance to win an event to one of these people, for an example, just to get them motivated. And then it's going to click, and they're going to go to the thank you page of that specific item with a URL. So you can put the URL of the thank you page there, or you can choose the thank you page right there. And you're going to choose the voting system, and you're going to choose the question, because I haven't saved now there, and the answer. And once you've done that, you're just going to click select. So basically what's going to happen, they're going to click on it, they're going to be redirected. And when you go check the data, it's going to show you how many people have voted for this specific video, how many has voted for that video. And if you have set up your list and things correctly, you can even collect email addresses of these people on the thank you page for them to stand a chance to win. So this is another way of lead generation as well. It's not just a voting system, and that is quite cool. And all you need to do is click save. And that is going to be the end of that section of the training of Cheetah. So now we're going to jump right into, and we only got half an hour because I don't want to make you guys asleep. And we are going to start with our super checkout. Now, before I start, I just want to have a drink of something here. Anything from my team? Any questions or something? No questions. I suppose there's no questions.
I don't see any questions. The only one that I don't have an answer to, maybe you do, Jackie, is, are you aware of how many saves or restored issues can we get if we want to restore a page? How far back does it go back? I can't remember whether or not I have
nobody has said something at all, as far as I know, and I think it's too new for us to really know.
I agree. I remember way back when, it was a limited amount of times they can go back, because that would be impossible. So we'll have to check that out and maybe let you know tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's try and get through the super checkout. So what I've done is here, I created a homepage. I've got the thank you page, and I've got an affiliate request. So now in this training, what I'm going to do is, you don't have to have an affiliate for your product. Most of the time, maybe your product's margin is not high enough for you to be able to have affiliates selling your product for you. All right. So in this case, I've just added it so that we can go through all the different kinds of settings in Super Checkout, and that you could understand it. So like I said previously, most of the time you will have a thank you page. You need a thank you page to direct somebody to if they have sold a product. It could either be for them to download their freebie, maybe you're asking them for additional information, or you're sending them through to a survey. There is endless opportunity inside of your thank you page to even redirect them into another funnel. So there's different kinds of things that you can do, but the thank you page is really important. So what we're going to do is, the first thing you need to do is you're going to scroll down, and you're going to click on Super Checkout. Now, right here on Super Checkouts, my screen is going to look different from what yours look like when you're going to create your first product. Yours might not open like this, because you have to give your business information before you can create a product. So you can see I've just added some information right here, and you can do additional configurations here at the bottom, change the way the invoice looks, and enable your global affiliates. But in this case, I've already added all of this. I'm just going to jump right into the creation of a product. So here at the top, you've got 2 options. You can start by creating a new product here, or you can go on the left. But I'm going to click on products because I've already created a few. So I'm going to go through each of these steps one by one. So you can see there's quite a lot of different kinds of things that I've added right here. If you want to delete something, right here is a button that looks like a trash can, All you need to do is click on it and it will delete it. Click and delete. So now you can see I've got different kinds of products. So let's go through one of them. I'm going to click on edit and you would click on create new. So you're going to give it a product name. You're going to upload your image. And because when it is a physical product, you're going to ask for an address. If it's not a physical product, you don't need the physical address. But if you don't choose ask for an address, especially with a physical product, you won't be able to do the shipping part of it. So make sure that you choose always ask address. Then you're going to give a proper product description. You're going to choose typical physical, because this is actually the area that's going to determine, that's going to open up the shipping area here at the bottom. So in this case, it's physical and it's food and drink. There's different kinds of categories. Then we've got the pricing. So I'm going to look at the pricing area. You can see that we've got multiple payment gateways right here at the top. If you want to fill in your details, just follow the instructions on the left-hand side. And once that's done, it's going to show up like this. Make sure that you enable it, because you can have multiple payment gateways sitting here. The only way that's enabled is if you actually click on it. So if I undo that, you can see it's not chosen yet. That is enabled. You're going to choose your currency. If you've got any refunds, in this case, we are working with a single payment, but there is other options for recurring payment and auctions, but we will talk about the auctions later. If it is recurring payment, you can see that there's additional configuration that opens up right here. We can create and configure subscription plans. And if you click on that, this is where your subscription details is going to come in. The frequency of your payments, how many times they will be charged in a month, and if it's infinite or not. So that is for recurring purposes. But we are not going to have recurring, but I am going to show you the auctions just now. So let's just leave it on single payment. We do not have any additional taxes, but if you can do in your country, you can add additional taxes right there. You can apply a coupon, which we will do at a later stage. And then we've got a value. That is the amount that you need to pay, person needs to pay. You can enable these if you like, as well as the VAT. You can see if I click on the VAT, there's different kinds of countries that you can look at, and you can use whether it's included or not. I'm just going to unclick it. Then product quantification is very, very nice, but I'm going to show you how this works in the next product, not in this specific one, because I just want to show you how to set up a single product for super checkout where a person can buy the product once. Not more than once, only once. So they don't have the option to click to say they want 2, 3, or 4 of that specific item. Then we've got the affiliation. Now you can see select a page where you want to request affiliation. So we've got the affiliate request page there. You need to attach a mailing boss list. And if you click on a drop down, you can do it there. If it's going to be manually done or automatic. So in this case, it's manual. And this is where you configure the levels, how much commission you are going to give. You can see there's extra levels that you can do. And then we've got the design area. There's lots of different kinds of designs right here. This design here is most of the times it's used for a bump sale. And the other ones, you can choose between the ones that looks the nicest for you. The only difference is that the 2-step is going to open up additional fields that you're going to have to create. It says select the second step page. So you will have to create another page so that you can add additional information into the iframe or additional code. So I prefer to use this specific one, but you can choose absolutely anything. Now to modify it, you're going to click on this little pencil here, and you would be able to modify and change the color, the field style, as well as the price button, the color of the buttons, and every single one of them actually have got different settings. So you can just click on it and change it accordingly. Now we come to the area that says enable custom footer on my checkout page. You don't have to have that. But if you do, it looks nicer on it, because at the bottom of the checkout page, you can have something like thank you for shopping with, or whatever the case might be. If you're going to say enable custom footer, it's not going to give a very nice personalized message. That's why I've added that there. Then use a custom thank you URL. Now this is customized, input your thank you page. You can change that as well, but I'm just going to leave it at that. The email campaign is if you want to attach a list to the product that has been sold, you're going to have to make sure that you create a list for it. Then you can disable the built-in bias if you don't want that to go out. But in this case, I like to personalize it again. And you can see that what I've done here, I said, thank you for purchasing the Skull Ice Cube makers. And then I said, hi, whoever it is, congrats on buying the awesome skull. You can see what I'm trying to do here is to make it a little bit more personal instead of just a normal, plain and simple thank you message that they will receive. And please take note of the tags. When you use the tags like these ones, make sure that you put it in brackets F name. And the same apply to the abandoned cart email. You have to make sure that you put it in brackets so that the people can understand, and that applies to the invoice button as well, because you want to send them back to the site so that they can purchase the item that they did not purchase previously. Then we've got restricted areas, but we're not working with any of these because we are not releasing anything. But if you do have a membership page or you've got an e-learning, this is where you will release those areas. And we do have training once again for this, which is under challenges.builderall.com, and you will get in-depth training with regards to that. Then for integrations, enable scripts and completed purchases is all to do with Google Tag Manager, Google Analytics. So if you have got any experience in that, this is where you're going to grab the scripts from those third parties and add the script details right there. Social proof can be added, and that is if people purchase on your site, they're going to be added to the social proof that will show up inside of Cheetah, and that's just going to give you the additional authority within your specific niche. A webhook, if you want to make use of Zapier, this is where you're going to do that and to enable your webhook right there. This is where you will register a new student in e-learning. So once they go through the purchasing part of your course and they buy the course, they will be automatically added into the e-learning that they've purchased. And then the drop shipping, we will talk about a little bit later. Now for shipping, we've got 3 different options. We've got free shipping, we've got flat box shipping, and regular shipping. I'm not going to explain what free shipping is. It is what it is. They don't need to pay for the package to be sent. Flat box shippings means that they're going to pay a flat fee. So let's say $50, and it's going to apply no matter how many packages they buy or whatever they buy. That is what they're going to pay for flat box shipping. When it comes to regular shipping, you need to make sure that you integrate EasyShip. And you can see I've got EasyShip right here. EasyShip is integrated with Builderall, but it is not going to do the tracking for you and all those kind of stuff. You have to have an account with EasyShip if you want to do that. Yes, if you enable the EasyShip here, it's going to work out the price for this package to be shipped as if it was part of EasyShip. And you would be able to go into more detail if you open the account in EasyShip and do some tracking, but then you're going to have to probably pay for the advanced configurations inside of that platform. But this is good enough when it comes to working out the cost of each item. Now, another important thing to remember is that you will need to do this if you're going to have regular shipping for each and every single product that you are going to sell. So this is not a once-off thing. So you're going to have to know what is the weight of that specific product, the height, the length, and the width. Otherwise, you might pick up some problems when the people wants to start paying it and your package is too big because your box that you are using is too big. So keep all of those things in consideration. So then we've got transport zones. I'm just going to put it on free shipping so I can explain transport zones to you better. A transport zone is additional charges that you can charge. So in this case, I said free shipping, but I'm only offering free shipping to the countries that I am currently in. So let's say I'm in the United States and I am offering free shipping. But any other country outside of the US is going to have to pay a certain fee. And that is what you can do right here. So you can give it a name. So we can just say outside US. And then we're going to select all the countries. And then we're going to scroll down until we find the US. So let's just go to the bottom. US. So we're going to find the US. I just want to exclude it. So we can say the US. We are going to exclude from this list. So basically what we've done is that everybody outside of the US is going to pay a certain fee. So if I click on add rule, I can now say, all right, you're going to pay $100 if the package needs to be shipped outside of the United States. So that is just an additional feature for shipping. And you can do this with flat box shipping as well as regular shipping. It doesn't matter which one. You can choose whether you want to have an additional transport zone or not. I have done some advanced training with regards to this again inside of the information and physical products group. And then we've got the terms of use. You're going to have to accept the terms of use before you can go on. And then you're going to click update and finalize. And that is how you would create a very simple product that you would be able to add to your site. So how do you add this now? If you go click on this links button, you're going to see a lot of different kinds of pages popping up right here. Now, the key here is that you're going to look for the checkout URL, which is this one right here. And this one is that you're going to add either to a button or to the iframe of a page. So I'm just going to copy that quickly. And I'm only going to show you once how that works, because I don't need to show you every time when we create the e-com store. So I'm going to go and click right there. Just wait for it to open. So let's say I want to add a button or a page. Let me just go and add element. There's my buttons. And I'm just going to roughly put it on a button so you can see what it links. So you're going to click on the link and you can add it like that. And when the person comes here, they're going to click on it and they will go to the website. That is the one way of doing it. All right. The other way is to add an iframe to it. So under the elements area, when you scroll down to the iframe, I'm going to drag and drop it there and right click. And then it's going to open up the general settings and you're going to embed the URL right there. And you're going to apply. And you can see it opens up right there. So obviously I don't want this background there, but over the bottom, let me just take this out of the way quickly, just to show you what it looks like. And then you can just stretch it as long as what the form is or is necessary. And you can see that, thank you for shopping. And there is it, the checkout ready for your site. So that is just an example there. So there's two ways of doing that. All right. The other thing is, you can see we've got a one-click upsell here. And if you don't know what a one-click upsell is, that means that if a person is purchasing one product and maybe you have an upsell and they're going to buy another product, they will be automatically charged for it. But this is actually a very dangerous feature because your client can get very upset if they click that button by mistake, thinking that they're going to go through the whole process again of purchasing the second product. So be very careful if you are going to make use of this URL right here, that your client knows that it will be automatically charged once they've purchased the first product. So that is just something extra that I need to let you know. And if we look at the rest of the links, you can see these are for affiliates, and we're not going to go into detail with the affiliates. That's a total different training session, but this is where you would be able to grab the affiliate details that needs to be added to those pages. It actually tells you where to go add it. All right, so that is setting that up. So let's take a look at these three. If you're wondering why we've got these three settings here, and I'm going to show you that. So we're going to start with one that says 1 year. Now remember, for one setting means that when they're going to purchase this product, I just want to open it up. Just bear with me 2 seconds. Product quantification. Because normally, if you take this link of a one product, I actually need to show you what it looks like. Let me just finalize it. There's no product quantification there. It's on default. When it's on default, I'm going to show you what it looks like by grabbing this link. And I'm going to go to the checkout URL. And I'm going to show you what it looks like. Because this, guys, this is one of the features that's been added that you have to look at. It's really awesome. You can see it shows $37. So the client is going to go through this whole process and they can only purchase one of this specific item. They cannot buy more. There's no option for them to click to buy more than one. All right. So that means is that the customization for this specific product is 0. So if I scroll it down, there it says product quantification. It has not yet been enabled. All right. But look what happens. I just want to not go too far out. Products. Let's see, add more. All right. What have I done on the add more? So in this case, the product quantification tells me that now we're going to have increments of 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. You can have it 2, 4, 6, or in multiples up to the maximum. So this gives them the option to purchase more than one product of the same. So you can see enable product quantification. So if we go take a look at this product now, what it looks like, grab the link. Oh, not confirm. Grab that link. And I'm going to drop it right in there. And I hope you guys get excited because we haven't had that feature. Now we do. So you can see there's 37. We're going to continue. And this is now where the magic happens because we can choose the quantity. Do we want 1 more, 2 more, 3 more? Now it depends on how much you can have it at 2, 4, 6 or intervals of 1, 3, 11, whatever the case might be and how you set it up. But this is what it does. So by default, they can only purchase 1. But if you use that function that I just showed you, you would be able to add more. So let me show you the additional feature of it. So let's go click on edit on bulk. Maybe you are a person that sells a product in bulk. So you sell 5 of an item. So let's go to product quantification. Now you can see we've got default quantification, which I just showed you now, where you can buy either just 1 at a time, or you can have increments, or you can have custom quantification. And this is what happens here is I've already created one, but you can just click on add. And I said it's a bulk offer. The multiplier is 5, which I mean it's 5 at a time. And if you purchase 5 at a time, you're going to get a 5% discount. So this is the bulk offer. So let's go take a look at what this bulk offer looks like. So we're going to scroll down to the bulk offer, grab the link, and I am going to drop it at the top so that you can see what it looks like. So we've got our 37 there. I'm going to click continue. And now you can see right there, bulk offer. And because they're purchasing 5 of that specific item, they get $9.25 discount. That is really, really awesome feature. So in the past, you could not have multiples of a specific product. Now you can do that. And that's basically how to add the single product. Now let's just jump quickly to coupons. Now for coupons, even if you've created a product, you can always create a coupon and add it later. So I'm just going to click on create coupon. And you can see here is the list name, my coupons, or let's say Valentine's Day. Something that we can all understand, Valentine's. And we're going to add a coupon. And you can create it random coupon name, or you can create your own. So let's say offer 1. You can do a discount percentage, or you can give a fixed amount. Now, I want you guys to listen carefully. If you want to give 100% discount, you don't want the person to pay for it. Do not use the percentage value because that does not work. Percentage value does not work. If you go through Super Checkout, it's not going to give you the option to get it for free. So if your product was $50, you need to make sure that you put it on fixed and offer them $50 so that it would be equal to 0. And that is how you would get something free through Super Checkout. Then you've got the date as well. You can have it only limit or limit and date. That is a new feature as well. Only by date, only by limit, or limit and date. So in the past, you could have a date, but now you can limit it to a certain amount of coupons that has been used. And this is where you need to add that. So I can say there's 10 and that is it. No more than 10. I'm going to issue no more than that. And then you can use a coupon when generating a ticket. And then you're going to click create coupon. I'm not 100% sure about this generating a ticket yet. I have to admit, but I will let you know as soon as I know about that one. So you're going to add your coupons there, and you can add multiple coupons. You don't only have to have one. You can have multiple coupons in one list and then apply the whole list to a certain area and then distribute it to your different kinds of clients. It all depends on how you're going to create your site. So how do you apply that coupon? You're just going to go back to your product, click on that site. We're going to scroll down by the pricing area and you're going to see select coupon and you're going to choose it from the drop-down list. I haven't applied it yet. If you don't see it, you can always go and refresh your screen and then just add your coupon right there. Is everybody still fine on that site area? I hope. If there are any questions, you must just let me know and stop me in between. All right.
Everybody's loving it.
All right, cool. The next one is, let me just check on my list. I'm really trying to my best not to go over 2 hours. Let me see. All right, let's go and talk about offers. Let's click on offers. Now, offers is 2 different kinds of things. One could be for a bump sell and one could be a plain and simple offer that you're going to give somebody just a discount. So if you go and click on create an offer, we can say this, let's say Father's Day special or something like that. And our main product is the crystal, the thank you page, and we're selling it on the home page. Product description that comes there. And then we're going to click save and continue. And what is the discount that we're going to give? You can also apply another coupon if you want to, but now you can choose the discount. So I'm going to say 10%, but I'm not making use of this area here because that's for bump sales. I'll talk about that just now. And you can make this offer unlimited if you like, and then you're going to have to put in an amount there. But if it's not unlimited, you can just leave it out. I'm just going to do that for now. And you can see our discount sits right there. And then you're going to click save and continue. So now the funny part or the funky part about it is you're just going to grab your link. There's your checkout URL, and you're going to go to your Cheetah page and attach it to a button or inside of an iframe, just like we did previously. All right. So I'm not going to go into too much detail with that. All right. So let me just close that page so we don't get lost between all of these different things. All right. So that is for offers. Now I'm going to go show you a bump sell. So let me just go back to the Cheetah. And I'm going to show you a bump sell that I've already created. And we're going to scroll down to the bottom. Let me just go through it. And this is how we're going to save some time. And I don't think I'm going to have time for the upsell, downsell. That's not going to happen today. Sorry. Creating a bump sell. All right. So here we've got the bump sell. We've got a swim system that we are selling. So I'm going to show you what it looks like. Then we've got the bump sell. And then we've got a thank you page. All right. So this is the product that we are selling. You can see we're selling this glasses. It's a bargain. Send it now. All right. So it's one of these. So once it's gone through here, they're going to be sent to this page. And we're going to say, upgrade your order now, get one system for your friend. You don't want to just put this box there. Although this box is going to highlight the product, it's always a good idea to give the additional benefits onto the side of the box. So you can see what I'm trying to get here. Here is the landing page. Yes, I definitely want this product. And then they're going to be sent here and says, well, why don't you upgrade it and get one for your friend? So that is what basically what a bump sell is. So I'm just going to go out of there and show you what how it looks like under the offer page. So the first thing you need to do is make sure to go to Super Checkouts and that you've created these two products. Because remember, your products needs to be created before you can actually do the upsells. You can see that I've got swim set for dad, mom, friend, whatever the case might be. So all of them has been created. And under the offers area, you can see 3 bump cells. I'm going to click on edit so you can see how I set it up. And then the offer name was swim. Main product was the swim set. My thank you page. I'm selling it on that page with a good description. The pricing area, discount. I'm not giving discounts, but I've clicked on bump sell. So if you list the products, these are the ones that I've chosen. And as you can see, this specific one that says swim set for friends shows optional offer spotlight. So optional means they don't have to take this offer if they don't want it. They can choose to just buy one. They don't have to buy everything. And offer spotlight means to highlight a specific item. And we're going to see what that looks like just now. And you can see then the bump sell title, buy now and save, background title details, and it shows you what your whole total would be like per sale. All right. So let's go take a look. I'm going to click on update and finalize. And I'm going to show you what it looks like by clicking on the URL. Go to your Cheetah page. I'm just going to open up that page. That's the wrong page. Sorry. Click on this one. And I have to take a sip while it opens. I'm so glad I'm not a motivational speaker. All right. So right here in the page, this is where it's going to happen. I'm just going to delete that so that you can see now in action what it looks like when you add that super checkouts feature that I spoke about earlier. You can drag and drop. And now it's going to show you the options that you have. And you can see here is all of them. But we want offer, swim offer. And now you can choose what you want it to look like. All right. So I'm going to keep it at white. Now, all of this, it says balloon text. This is empty text, buy text. All of these you can change right here at the bottom. I'm not going to change that now, but you can see that. And I'm going to click save. And this is where it's going to come up. All right. So I'm just going to stretch it slightly. So if we have to go look what it looks like, and you need to go through this whole process, and you give your details, but I actually need to go to the live site. Okay, just wait. Let's just save it quickly. I've never rushed things in my life like this, guys, because I don't want you guys to get bored. Okay, that's not now. Let me just go out there and let's go take a look if it is going to work. Because we've done so many things on this page. All right. So there is the information. I'm going to click buy now. I didn't choose a state. Buy now. And there you can see there is the highlighted item that we've highlighted and all the different options. So you can choose to take them all, or you can choose just to take the one and not tick any of those ones. You just want the initial offer. And that is basically how you would do a bump sell. All right. So that's quite easy and quickly. Let's go take a look at an auction. Now, auctions, there's different kinds of auctions. You've got a buyout auction. You've got a highest bidder auction, and you've got a reverse auction. And I'm going to try and explain to you each of them by not grading each and every single one of those items because we still need to do the ecom part of it. I'm just going to show you what it looks like. Just want to open up that page quickly because it's already been created. Auctions. So there's a main product page, a thank you page, and another page. Now, I'm going to go through those elements or those pages quickly one by one so that you can get an idea. But not to worry, in Knowledge Base, you will find the complete training with regards to auctions. So I'm going to click on auctions. You can say create new auction. I've already created this auction details right here. But let me go click on products. So this is the auction. You've got 3 options here. And I'm just going to scroll down. Pricing. And this is where you're going to choose. Instead of having it on single payment, you're now going to choose auction. When you choose auction, everything else is going to open up at the bottom. So now you're going to choose highest bidder, buyout, or reverse. Highest bidder means the person that is going to pay the most will be the winner and will get the product. Buyout means that you are going to have like a normal bidding auction. The only difference is the moment the person has already made a bid, you're going to send them to another page where you will offer them to purchase the product upfront by means of, for an example, let's say that you want to give them the option to purchase the product because they're afraid that they're going to miss out, you know, that fear of missing out. And now I'd rather buy the product because I might not be the winner of the product, but it's going to be obviously at a higher rate. So that is the buyout. Reverse auction is a very fun thing, especially for lead generation. So let's say you've got an iPhone to give away. You're going to run a reverse auction and you're going to set a specific amount that they need to reach. Once that amount has been reached, let's say $1,000, then whoever bid the lowest is going to get that product. So you can really generate a lot of leads by making use of reverse auction. And I sometimes think it works cheaper than Facebook anyways. And then you can just follow the increments in the details right here. I can't go into each and every single detail of it, but you'll see as you change these, this information will change as well. But it is self-explanatory just to follow it through. And like I said, if you don't know what this is about, please go check the training and knowledge base or inside of my group. So that would be the auctions. Let's jump straight into the e-commerce because that is a very important part for tonight. And then we're almost done. I'm very proud that we only got 2 minutes past at the moment. So let's go to the e-com store. And we've already created all the products. I've created the pages already. You can see here is all the pages. But before we start, I need you to understand a few things, that there is multiple ways of creating an e-com store. It can be pretty plain and simple by just having a shop where all your products are listed, or you can go a little bit step further like I did here, where I have categories. So I've got baby hats, baby shoes, baby pants, and complete sets. Because our category part inside of our e-commerce do not go into this kind of detail. So I have created additional categories to work with. And I'm going to show you how all of this works. So I've got my homepage and I'm going to show you what each of these look like so that you can get an understanding of what I'm trying to do here. So we've got the homepage right at the top, home, newsletter. There is our categories: complete sets, baby hats, baby shoes, baby pants, and then a contact. And right here, this could be the summer arrivals to these different areas that they can choose from. And then the rest of the website. All right. So that is the main part. So when they click on shop, they're going to go to this specific page. And this is how it looks like. There's no products at the moment added because we're going to do it right now, where we're going to add all the products we have onto that page. And then we've got the individual pages. So if I go to the category page here, you're going to see basically just an image of that product. It looks like you can add it to cart, but it actually is not. So when the person click here, they are actually going to cart. And I'm going to explain that to you just now. So to do this kind of setup, you're going to have to make sure that you create all your products that you want in Super Checkout first. So let's go there quickly. So right here in Super Checkout, I'm going to go to products. And you're going to see we've got baby shoes, baby hats, baby pants, and complete outfits. And how you do this is exactly how you would create a single product like we did before. You're going to have to choose about your shipping. You're going to have to choose if you want to do any customization to it or whatever the case might be. But take in consideration that you do not need to make use of that advanced feature in here. So if I scroll down to quantification, you don't need to quantification at this stage because in e-commerce, they can choose whether they want 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, unless you want to sell bulk items. So let's just go back to the products area here and click on edit. So the rest of all of the information right here is exactly the same. You need to make sure about the shipping, your email campaigns, everything like you would normally set it up. Now, once you've done that, you can jump into e-commerce. Now, on the e-commerce area is where the magic is going to happen. When you first start, you're not going to see this URL at the top because that only starts once you've given your basic information and you update, then this is going to start generate a URL for you. So let's just go through it quickly. We've got the e-commerce name, which is probably your store name, your currency you're going to trade in, all the payment methods that you're going to accept, the sales page where you're going to sell it. And if you've got coupons, you can apply it right there. Same with enabling VAT if you like to. The language, how many products do you want on one page? That is also something that you need to choose. And you can disable the continue shopping continue shopping button on your site. or enable it. Some people choose not to have it on their sites, but I like it. And then tags. Now, guys, tags is really, really an awesome feature to have on your site. For an example, you might be selling t-shirts, all right? And your t-shirts might be medium, small, large, and maybe it's by brand. You can have Nike, Gucci, whatever the case might be. And that's where you're going to add the tags, because they're going to enable you to have additional filters for your customers. And that's basically what that is. For shipping, this is again where you're going to choose whether you want to make use of Easy Ship or not. And then the same with transport zone. We've discussed this previously. The affiliation, if you are going to do that. So the rest of these, I am not going to go into detail, but that is basically the same type of thing. You can see affiliation, but products is where the important part comes for e-commerce. So now you can see all our products has been listed. Now let's talk about these little I. The little I means that you can hide products in your store and the people is not going to see it, and you did not delete it from your store. Let's say you've got a store where you are awaiting stock. Maybe you run out of stock of that specific items, but you are going to get stock again. So you don't necessarily want to delete this product. So you can hide it for the time being until you have stock. So make sure that all of this is unhide, because normally it is crossed out. And then when you go to your site, you don't see your products and you wonder why. That would be the reason. So let's go edit this product. Click on edit. Here you're going to add your product. And you can see that we've got different variations. It's always a good idea to have a lot of different variations for them to see the features of a product. Your variation is going to be, in this case, we've got colors, brown, black, and gray for this specific product. And the stock, we're going to enable stock because we only have 4 pairs of that and 4 pairs of that product and 3. Now, what happens if you run out of stock on your Cheetah site? It's going to show no stock. And that is what I love about this feature. So you can sell 4 of them. And when the moment that 4 is finished, you can't outsell what you don't have. And then right here, we've got the tags. So how does this work? When a person comes to your site and they are looking for this in black, all right, they can see that there's only small and medium available. There isn't a large. And that is what is nice, especially when it comes to the feature of the site. But we will look at that. You can add some discount to it. And again, more product dimensions information. You can see that the information here, and the ones that you've done when you created the product initially is not the same. And then you're going to click save. And you're going to do it for all of those products. By sort products, you can just choose in the where you actually want them. An app store is Zoho inventory. If you wanted to keep an inventory, you need to open an account with Zoho, and you can just watch the videos if you would like to have more control about your inventory on Zoho. So once you've done that, you're just going to save. And now you've literally created your store. So all your information is there, and you can see we've got the URL right there now. So I'm just going to copy that, and we're going to go back to our site. So right here, we've got the shop page. So we're going to edit our shop page. And this is the main place where we are going to send people to if they just want. And like I said to you before, you don't have to have categories. You can have just this one page. So I'm going to click on add elements. And I need to wait for it. I think I'm a little bit too fast. I'm actually glad that it takes some time to come up because I need to have a drink. For some reason, it doesn't want to come up. I think there's too many people that's working on us at the moment. Any questions, my team? Because I am waiting in anticipation for this thing to work.
So far, they're super excited about what they're hearing, and you're doing a great job.
Cool. I don't know why this thing's not loading. I'm going to show you what it looks like if I drop the URL in here and not putting it in iframe, guys. So this is what it looks like. So on your site, when you add it into an iframe, this is what's going to come up. So now you can see what I talk about, the medium and tag. Remember, we add some tags for this specific product. And let's say you click on large. I'm going to click on large, and you're going to see this product is disappearing, because I don't have stock for that. I've got no stock of nothing for that specific product. But if I say I want small, it's going to show me all the things that is available in small or in medium. So this is really a unique feature to make use of, and that's with regards to tags. All right. So I'm not going to be bothered now. That is basically adding the iframe there. So you guys know what that is about. So let me leave that page, and we're going to go back. So onto this page, if I want to add a specific URL to a specific area. I should actually not open that one now that I'm thinking about it. Let me open up a category. Let me open up this one. So I've dropped an image. I took a screenshot after I have gone to this area. So I'm just going to open it up again. So basically, I have taken a screenshot of this picture right here, this one here. So I just did screenshot and I will do this. And then I saved it and then I uploaded it to the Cheetah site. All right. So basically, onto the Cheetah site, I added as an image. You can see it says image right here and I linked a URL. So how do I get this URL? All I need to do is go to that site. Let me just try again. Copy this, paste and go. And here we are. So where is that product? It's this one. So all I do is I clicked on this product and right here at the top, I took that URL in the browser area, copy that, go back to my Cheetah page, added it right there at the top. As you can see, it's already in there and I click select. And now it's been linked. So if the person thinking is buying it, he is buying it, he's going to go directly to that page because he's seeing the specific product. So that's just an example of what you can do right here. And I'm going to show you how that works in action. So I'm just going to close this page because we don't really need that at the moment and close that. And let's just go back home. So I can show you the other feature. That's basically adding all of those. It's quite easy. I'm sure you guys understand that. Now, a lot of people wants to know, how do you do the accounts area? Now, the accounts is this section right here at the top of the site. So this, maybe my friends or my team need to drop it somewhere in a group or somewhere. These accounts, for people that come to your website that has purchased before and they want to log into their account, they can do that by clicking on this button. And if I click on this link, the default link is always https://s/checkout. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this link and you're going to go save it somewhere on a notepad. And I am going to add it to my groupies here, to the chats. And I'm sure one of my team can paste it. I've sent it to them. They're going to paste it in the group. That is the default that you can add, because what happens if somebody clicks on it? I'm going to show you what happens. They're going to go to the login area and they would be able to log into their account and they will see exactly what they have purchased before. So you can see here, here's all my orders that I've done. So it's really a very cool feature to add to your site. All right. So I'm just going to close that. Now you know how that is done. The shop I've just linked as normal. And that is e-commerce in a nutshell. Quite quick and finish and fast. And now we're going to jump to dropshipping, which is another awesome feature, a new one in Builderall. And I probably will be training on that in the next 2 weeks, more in detail as to what type of products you need to look at and why certain products is not a good choice, etc. So there's 2 ways. You can start from scratch, your site like we learned before, or you can go right here that says start here on your dashboard, where it says create a physical store. That's going to be the fastest probably. And you're going to click on start here. And there's some templates for you. And I can bet you, we know Builderall, this is going to increase and we're going to have a lot of them eventually. So you know what? There's only a few templates and I'm already information overload because I want all of them. So I'm not going to say what I'm drawn to. So let's just choose that one for now. And then it says you can scroll and look what the site looks like. If this is what you want, you can choose another one if you want to. Otherwise, we're just going to say next step. And you can fill in your details. The thing is, even if you don't want to make use of this, the only way to get the button to appear is to actually enter your site name. So I'm just going to say beauty shop. I still got the hiccups. So next. And now you can register. I'm just going to say test because we are going to delete this anyway. And I'm not going to worry about uploading an image. I'm too fast. Next. And we're going to create the store. Now, again, you don't have to do it this way. You can start from scratch like I did with that baby store kind of thing, or you can make use of a template. So we're going to click go to the website. And you can change the look and feel and the words. You can remove that. I told you guys before you can do that. So I'm just going to go edit now. And now your site has been created. Voila. Now, all we need to do is on the left-hand side, rush down till you get to super checkout. This is probably one of the quickest way in creating a website. I mean, I am still in awe. I cannot believe that it is so easy to do this. And I'm just going to go next. And I'm just putting in gibberish here because obviously none of this is true. I'm just dropping it in so that we can get through this whole thing and start. All right, so now we're going to create a new product because remember, we are going to do drop shipping. Now we've got 3 options. We're going to start by importing products from AliExpress. Now that's the fun part. Let's go and choose. I'm just going to go. You see, I'm already wondering, what can I do? There's so many to choose from. And I'm just going to randomly grab things that's available. So let's say, yes, I want that one, and I want that one, and I want that one, and I want that one. All right. So now I've highlighted the products that I want. And then if I scroll back, you can see it says products for import. You're going to click on that. And then it's giving you a message. Make sure to read this message. It's important. So I'm just going to close it. And then you're going to make sure that all the information that you see right here is 100% correct. It's important. And then you need to put in the value of what it is going to cost. So let's say you are going to sell it for $10. Then it's going to show you your profit right here in this area. Very cool, all right? You're going to choose your homepage, your thank you page. I haven't got one yet because I didn't create one. And then you're going to have your page where you're going to sell it, which is going to be the homepage. All right. And then once you've done that and checked for every single item right here, we're going to start importing it. But before I do that, I would say a very important thing to do is to open an Excel spreadsheet. Type in the product name that you are working with. Go and see the original product, and you're going to see why I'm saying that. And you are going to scroll down until you're going to get to the store area. All right, you're going to click on that store, and you're going to go find the store owner's details on the site. Everyone's is on a different place. Waikiki store, there we go, store, contact now. So you're going to grab his email address, you're going to get his details, everything that is necessary, because I'm going to show you why now. Once you have added that to an Excel spreadsheet or wherever, you're going to start importing these products. All right. So I'm just going to import all of them as it is. I'm not going to worry about the pricing and everything. You need to make sure that it is 100% correct, because once we've imported all our products and we close this, we're going to make sure that we organize our vendors. So when you click on vendors, you're going to start registering these vendors of each of these products that you're going to load onto your site. So you're going to start putting in their details. I mean, this is now fake, but you're going to put in the details that you collected on AliExpress for that specific product. You're going to put in all those vendors' names right there, and you're going to click save. Now, if you wonder why, I'm going to show you why just now. So we're going to go to the products area. And you can see here is the product sitting right here, individually, one by one. So let's go click on this edit on this specific item. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to go to pricing. I just want to check. And integrations, sorry. I'm going to go to the integration. I click, and I don't get past it. Let me just update it. Okay, let's go to integrations for the last time. And we got dropshipping is enabled. Now you can see right here, we've got dropshipping vendors and external marketplace. You can have your dropshipping vendors there. Select the vendor for that specific product so that you know who you are dealing with. You can also have external marketplaces. You can leave it on that if you like to. But in this case, I want to choose this specific vendor because that is what this product is connected in that person. And that is how you're going to know which products belong to whom. And I'm going to show you that just now. So once you've done that, you're going to click update and finalize. So let's go back to the dropshipping area. Now here under the dropshipping area, if you click on purchase orders, I think it's purchase orders. No, I'm going to show you the purchase orders area just now. If you go back to your products, actually, I'm just thinking there's one area, it's going to pop up last. I think it's still, I saw it this morning. Let me just check quickly. Oh, no, it's on the vendors. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Under the vendors, because you've already created, now you can see that one product is allocated to this. I'm sorry that I clicked all around, but there you can see previously, if you did not do what I just did now, under the product area, it will show 0. Now it shows you that one product is connected to this client. So the more you're going to choose, you're going to see how many is connected to that specific vendor. Okay. So that's basically, so now we're going to go to the e-com store, e-com area, and you're going to do exactly what you would have done previously, because obviously you're going to have to create all of this information. So I'm just going to say dropship, because we've done this now before. I'm not going to go through the whole process again. And products page. Okay, I'm not going to worry about any of those. Let me just save it and continue. And there is our URL. So you're going to fill in all these details as normal, all right? And then you're going to copy your URL. You're going to go back to your Cheetah site. This is the last one, guys. It's almost done. Hang tough. We must just hope that we can get this iframe added, because I need to show you how these other features inside of Super Checkout work. So I'm just going to go back to dropshipping while that loads, so I can show you how the purchase order works. So right here, we're going to scroll down, and we are going to replace this URL with other codes. Now, I normally delete it because sometimes it will pick up other information. And now I've deleted it, and I'm not going to get my iframe back. I don't know why it is doing this, for some funny reason.
Sometimes it takes a while to load it. And then sometimes you have to reload, just do a refresh. It just takes sometimes a second or two for it to continue to load.
Okay.
Now let it load without clicking anything and see what it does.
I'm a happy clicker. I click everywhere.
I can tell it's thinking really hard.
Yeah, I think it's too much of it. Well, while that thing is busy, I'm just going to try and explain to you how the purchase order work. Once you have gone, you know what, we all know how to add a URL. So I'm not going to be bothered now adding the URL. I'm just going to drop it at the top, and we're going to go through it and purchase a product so that we can see what it is about. So I don't know which product I completely fulfilled. Let me just log out, because I'm still logged into the other account. It just shows you. It just shows you if my system is now full of all the stuff that it's memorized. And my product is not going to show because I haven't finished it in Ecommerce. So let me just finish it quickly in Ecommerce. Go down, go down, go down, go down. Products. And you can see what I said earlier. Automatically, it's hiding all of these things. All right. So I'm just going to unhide that one, because I'm only going to work with one. And stock is fine. Discount is fine. I'm not going to go into very much detail. Let me just add something there so that we can see it. So like that. Save. So that we've got one product to work with. All right. And I don't know if that is the product that we attached that person to, but it doesn't matter. I just want to show you how it works in the purchase area. So update and finalize. I wonder if it's finalized. I hope it did. So let's copy it. Otherwise, I'll go into Incognito. No, man, I've copied the URL of the wrong thing. Shopping URL, not sales page. There we go. All right, there's our item. Let's go buy it. That's actually very pretty. And I'm just going to buy one, finish, and I'm going to buy it on my name. I'm not going to go through the sign up process now. And I'm going to say, yeah, I want this, and I'm going to pay for it. I think I know why this is doing this, because I've got a family of teenagers here, and they all are on the internet. So this could be,
or it could be they're making some changes in the background too, Jackie. They may be working in the system, but it is going to be a little bit slow right now, I think, for you.
Well, this is the last piece of the information. And I need this transaction to be able to show you what is going to happen right here in the dropshipping area. Basically, I don't know how long it's going to take, and I don't think if people's going to wait. But what's happening right here is, once the purchase has been made, it's going to sit right here. Now, it is a manual process to be able to mark it, paid, or in transit, or complete. But you're going to get an email anyways that says something has been sold. You're going to come to this area. You're going to see who it was sold to. You're going to order it on AliExpress, all right, because it's going to show created. Once it's been paid, you can click on that specific item, click on paid, because the item is going to sit right here, and then a save button will appear at the top. You're going to click on the save button, and it will change to paid. If you are in transit and you've actually shipped the product, and AliExpress let you know that the product has been shipped, you're going to click in transit, click on the save button, and that's how you would be able to control what happens to your product in the process, because this one is not working. But again, we've got some training coming with regards to that. But that is basically dropshipping in a nutshell. And I'm going to call my friends back or my team back, because this is me for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me stop sharing my screen. I hope you guys enjoyed this training. It was quite a lot. I'm quite exhausted.
Wow. You plowed through that like a champ. And I'll tell you, people are so excited because what you taught them today, if that's all they learned in Builderall was what you taught them today, this is a business all by itself, just all
Absolutely.
by itself. So you did so great. And I am so thrilled about the drop shipping capability now. There's so many different things in the e-commerce that we can do now. I love the fact that we've got a better coupon system, that we've got the different versions of items. You can sell a t-shirt that's blue, red, and yellow, and small, medium, and large of each of those colors. It's amazing what you can do, you guys. And we're putting Shopify on notice because what you got in that background that you can do for your e-commerce setup is amazing. And when you add the affiliate piece on top of it, that you can affiliatize these things. Now, let me tell you something. I have a physical product store that I affiliatize the product, but it took me 6 months, 7 months to put it all together and get the right tools. And I use Shopify and like 2 other programs on top of it. It cost so much money. Yeah, I can see Jean has a headache just thinking about it. But it was all these different tools that I had to duct tape together to make it work how I wanted it to work. And now in Builderall, if I'd had Builderall, then I could have started it in probably 2 weeks, gotten all my stuff in there, got all of the branding and everything done, got my affiliate stuff set up on what commission I wanted to give out to people that sold my product, and Shazam, I would be up and running. It's just ridiculous what you guys have in your hands. So keep playing with it, keep working with it, keep building with it, and keep thinking of those creative things that you can do with what you've been shown today with Cheetah and with Super Checkout, and with e-commerce and with drop shipping. And someone asked in there some different questions. I saw some different questions about, well, how do I do it if I do it this way? Or how do I do it if I do it that way?
100 ways.
There's no way that we could go through every possible scenario of the ways you could do it. Because honestly, we've said this before, there's probably a bazillion ways to set up the websites and stores and stuff like that. So let me just tell you my honest feedback. And that is just start clicking and putting it together, and it will fall together as you start to discover the power of the platform. And then you'll figure out how you want it to be inside of your store or your website. But the first step is to start to find out even how it works. If you want someone to sit with you and actually go step by step through there to show you how to do it, it's going to cost a little bit, because it's everybody is so different and everything can be so customized that there's really no way that we could teach it from every perspective. So what you got today was a beautiful overview of Cheetah and e-commerce and drop shipping and the super checkout in general. And now it's your job to take that information and further stretch it out to what you want it to be for your business and your products and services. And that's the way we're going to do this entire week. We're going to just throw it at you as far as giving you information on how it works, but you still have to strategize and fit it to your business. Jackie?
And they must remember, if they've got questions with regard to e-commerce or super checkout, we've got our groups. That's what our groups are for. We know where the training is sitting and where we saved certain things. So if you are struggling with regards to anything and you says, oh, damn, I don't know how to do this, drop that question in our groups. The groups is there for a reason, to help you. I don't want you guys to sit stuck at something for weeks on end, and we could have just said, there's the URL. I mean, that's how easy it is.
So find those marketing groups. We've got Jackie's group, Terry's group, Jean's group. Find those groups and start participating in those groups. We'll start doing the live trainings again next week, and we'll start doing the Tuesday night trainings next week. So get ready, you guys. All that's coming back, and that's going to help you get focused and get you some real good strategy as well. So be ready for that. Jackie, we're going to say something else?
I just wanted to say I love the customization of being able to offer bulk offers, one product, more than one product, because that was something that a lot of people initially said, but you know what, now I'm selling this one product, but I can't give them the opportunity to purchase 2 of the same thing. So I love that customization. When I saw it, I literally jumped out of my skin, because a lot of people wanted to have that. And with our shipping functionality, I mean, there is really, if you think about it, you can have shipping in so many different kinds of ways. Not just one way. You can offer it in different kinds of ways. And it's like you said, Shirley, there's not a blueprint for e-commerce. It's very difficult to say, here's a template and follow this template. But here I showed on my side, I've got categories. You might just want a shop, a plain and simple shop. The same with the drop shipping. But I'm very excited about the drop shipping and all those things, because like you said, our Tuesday night training is where we dive deep and talk strategy and all of those things. So I'm quite excited about this whole new things that we've got on Builderall. And if people can't make money with Builderall, then I seriously don't know. Seriously, I don't know.
I feel the same way. I mean, just from what we learned today, there's plenty of stuff to make money with. Just stretch that brain out a little bit and then put your fingers to the actions that you need to take. Because I promise you, you can have a whole lot of ideas. I've said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. Ideas are like buttholes. Everybody has them. Everybody. But the difference between you and somebody else is, can you take that idea and put action to it? If you can put action to it, that's what makes all the difference. So everything you've learned today is great, but if you only keep it up here and never bring it down to your hands and actually take action, it won't help you at all. So get in there and start clicking around and playing with the system and figuring out how it works. We did the Cheetah and Super Checkout and e-commerce and dropshipping today. And tomorrow is email, right, Terry? And Terry's like, yep, that's a big one.
We're gonna do mailing, the new mailing boss, which is huge. And then we're also going to talk about lead capture pages and lead capture funnels and opt-ins. So get ready.
It's awesome. And if you take what you learned from Jackie today, marry it with what you're going to learn tomorrow with the email system and Mailing Boss 5.0, you've got an incredible beginning of a business, because any business needs to start with an email list. You need an email list, and you need to continue to grow that email list. And so what you got today and then what you're going to get tomorrow allows you to be able to do that. So I hope you will all be here tomorrow at the same time in the same place. And we will do the same thing again, except this time it'll be Terry, and she'll be teaching you about email. And then after that, we'll have Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, where we'll wrap it up with some more tools and features, including Jean and Frank getting in there and teaching some really great stuff. So we will see you guys all over the internet. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for supporting Jackie. Thank you for jumping into the system and actually using what she taught you to do today. We will see you guys later. Have a great, great day. And don't forget to build something amazing in Builderall. Bye, guys.